Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here today for yet another Second Life Lifestyle video on something that I find interesting or helpful in some type of way. And for those who might not know, my name is Sandra. I try to cover all things SL from decor to shopping to anything in between. Today's video is going to be more like a real talk type video. This video today is going to be about this this club I'm at. This is an adult location. So if you're not interested in that, maybe another video would be more in your taste. But today I'm going to be trying to communicate some of my thoughts on this club because I'm very interested in this type of thing on the SL platform. Interested in this type of thing, meaning I'm interested in where people hang out at, where the traffic is at, what's going on, and the interaction between people. Meaning, it's not fun to go to a sim and not have any type of communication between people and no one's talking to you. So that's why I'm making this video. I want to try to be as clear as possible and as clear as the YouTube standards will let me be without getting the video pulled off. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys. So here I am, and I have made everyone else invisible so that we don't see things we're not supposed to see on YouTube. And just so everyone kind of knows and has a grip on what's going on, is that YouTube does have a whole large list of words that you could say and that you cannot say on videos, and words that will get you demonetized, and words that will get videos pulled off YouTube, and different things like that. There's many guidelines to kind of tiptoe around. It's kind of like ballet dancing in the mud, but I am going to take a stab at it and do the best I can under the circumstances because, like I said, I'm very interested in YouTube sims and traffic and what works and what doesn't work because I think everyone likes a positive interaction when they go to sims, especially adult ones. All right. So the sim I am at right now is called Villa. And I am not saying the full name of the sim because I cannot on YouTube, but I will be leaving the TP information and the landmark down below in the description box. So if you're interested in going, the information will be there and you can get here. Okay, and before I forget, the group fee is free. So if you are interested in the sim and coming here, I would go ahead and join the group while it is free. Yeah, because that changes periodically. Like, in other words, when clubs start picking up momentum, they start charging. Yeah. So I'm going to show you around a little bit. I'm not going to be doing close-ups on a couple things because I cannot, but I'm going to show you, kind of what the sim looks like here. Yeah, this club, oops, uh-oh, I hit the wrong thing already, goodness. All right, this club is, has been around a minute. I want to say it's probably close to 7 months old, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and anyway, this whole club is situated around the pool. The pool area is the main area here. And then, of course, we have this building in the back, and it has furniture with adult poses on there. And then something that's new. Let me see if I could cam up here. Something that's new that she did is she put this up here, and I don't know how popular or not popular this area will be, but there is a dance floor and some tables, and she's probably going to try to have a she's probably going to try to have some dances up there at some point. Okay, I just have to be really careful about camming around. Okay, so that is the basic layout of this club. And for the sake of argument, I will say that the furniture is the more expensive adult type furniture that you could get on SL. And that does make a difference in it does make a difference that it's not super old, and because all of us have been on older furniture, and the poses sometimes they just suck. Just to be as clear as possible, they're just not good. All right, so yeah, there's lots of furniture here, and it's all by good brands, and it's very expensive. And in that sense, it's a nice place to come as far as furniture goes. Okay, and now, like I said, this place was made about a year ago, 7 months ago, a year ago, somewhere around there. A stripper is the one that started this club. She is the owner of it. Whether the club has changed hands or not, I don't know at this point. I believe she still owns it, if I'm not mistaken. So when this club first opened, it was ultra, ultra popular. Now, I don't know how the owner promoted this club to get that many people here, but the amount of people that came here was mind blowing. Like there wasn't room to walk. And everyone at the club was super interactive, meaning when you entered the sim, people would talk to you. Okay. It's not like one of those clubs that you go to and no one speaks to you the whole entire time. So that was unique about this specific particular club. It was kind of, I'll use the word refreshing, but it was just kind of unique in that type of way because so many Sims you go on, it's like difficult to even have a basic conversation with people. And adult clubs, especially, I have noticed, and other people have noticed, I've had this conversation with other people, but it's very, there's many clubs that are adult where people just don't speak to each other, which I find so interesting. Yeah. All right. Even though many times I'm an observer, I still find it interesting that no one will speak to each other. And I think what happens is a lot of times people go to clubs like that or sims like that with their significant other or with a group of friends, and they're just talking to each other, but they're not talking to anyone kind of outside their circle. I think that happens a lot on SL, and I mean a lot. Regardless of what type of sim you're on, I think people just kind of stick to their own little group, and it's just not as social as it used to be. So it's always kind of a different type of experience when you see people actually interacting with each other. Okay, so when this club first opened, it was ultra busy, and then oh, and I did want to say here, I have some real loose notes. I'm just looking at you guys to make sure I hit a few points. Um, Now, the only other club, no, I'm not comparing it. I'm not doing that. I'm just kind of throwing the thought out there. One club that was around a long, long time on SL. It's not here anymore. That's a whole story in itself. But one club that was around a long time And I'm going to say the name of the club, and it's actually on the do not say list on the YouTube words that you cannot say, but I'm going to say it anyway, because people need to know what I'm referring to. I think it takes away from the video if, you can't say anything at all. But one of the clubs that used to be very popular as far as adult was a club called Lust House. And uh, that club was very, very interactive. Like people would talk to each other, people were interacting with each other, and it was like all day, every day. Like you never walked in there and saw no one speaking to each other or interacting with each other. Yeah, so, but that club went down in flames. It's just not here anymore. So, anyway, so we're here at this other one, Villa. And yeah, I think as far as this type of specific type of club goes, I think it's a good choice, just meaning it is interactive and people do speak to you like immediately. So I know I've said that a couple times, but it is rare these days, you guys, and everybody knows. All right, so yeah, I talked about when the club started and by who. I don't know the girl's name, but I know she started off as a stripper and then started the club. And let me see. Okay. Let me see. I'm just looking at my notes here. What happened to make the club lose so many residents when it started off with a bang and was so popular all the time? Like it was crazy busy. Well, this happens with many clubs, you guys, and having clubs like this on SL are so tricky. It's difficult to know what to do, when, what people want, what people don't want. Very, very tricky. So basically, the club started out with a bang and it lasted, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I was checking on it all the time, but I want to say it probably lasted and was highly, highly popular for about maybe 4 months or so. Like I'm just totally guessing, but it was around that. And then slowly it started getting less and less residents coming to the club. Now, why? Why did that happen? Well, what happened is that the club was, this club was ultra busy. And then the owner decided to expand and make the sim larger, like a lot larger. At one point, I wish I had photos of it, but I don't. But at one point, it was about 3 times as large as what you see here. She had a large swimming pool area, a large dance floor, and then she had you know, a did I say swimming pool already? Sorry, you guys, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it was about 3 times as large as this sim and a large beach area. The beach area was really, really big. Um, it was just too large, you guys. I think with clubs like this, from what I know personally, a little bit of intimacy as far as the design of the space is needed for people to feel comfortable. Like when you start expanding and making things overly large, I've seen this again and again and again in SL. When you make Sims too large to accommodate more people, a lot of times Sim loses all its intimacy and people don't feel comfortable there anymore. Um, so yeah, that's what happened. And to boot, because there were so many people coming to the club, suddenly it wasn't free anymore. Suddenly, instead of this club being free, they were charging $300 for a group fee. Well, that is a whole video in itself, okay? Charging group fees can weed a lot of people out that are not dedicated to the theme of the sim, or people that don't really want to be there or are not feeling it or whatever. But a lot of people are also turned off by the group fee. And it can create issues because they just don't want to pay the group fee. And so you get less and less and less people going to the sim. So yeah, it was super large. I did see the design when it was large, and I personally didn't like it because it was just too large. It was too it was just too spread out, and it just wasn't good for me personally. And I think a lot of people felt the same because people just virtually stopped coming to this location. Yeah, so that happens, and I've seen it happen multiple times before. Let me see. So this right here, what we're looking at now today, what I've shown you, this is the last update of the latest update of this sim. And something I have noticed from being here is that there aren't that many people coming, you guys. But the people that do come are really talkative. They're very interactive. Um, it's a very unique type location because of that reason. So it's kind of like it was at the beginning, only I think, myself included, I thought this place was closed for good. I thought once they started like expanding and losing the residents, I thought that no one was, I thought that the sim just closed. I thought they decided to like just forget about it and just not have it around anymore. But it's here. Yeah. And so I wanted to kind of let people know that the sim is here, and if you're looking for a hangout that's adults, here you go. Come by, check it out. Like I said, the group is free. Now's the time to join if you're interested in joining. And that's pretty much all this video was about. That's all I want to let you guys know. I am going to leave all the information you need down below. And hopefully you find this information useful. If you know of other locations similar that you want to share in the description box, not the description box, sorry, in the comment section, you could feel free to do that. I try to keep my eyes open about this type of thing, and I want to cover more stuff like this if I can and if I'm allowed to post videos and they stay up and where people can kind of, get the information from my videos. That will be cool. We will see, how long I'm allowed to make videos like this and post them up. I tried to keep it G-rated, so as G-rated as possible, you guys. It's difficult, it's hard, but I try. All right. So yeah, I know it would be cooler to see people around and what they're doing and how they're dressed and stuff. I cannot show that, you guys. I cannot. So, if you want to see that, you got to come by. I can't put it on the video. All right. So, you guys, thank you for hanging with me. I hope you found this video interesting or helpful in some type of way, and I will go ahead and see you next time. Take care. Bye.